So this is a bit different than my normal reviews for two reasons. One, I'm actually away on vacation, so I'm away from my studio and my equipment, so you will notice the look and feel of this video is a bit different than my other ones. And two, because this was not exactly a planned review, this came out of a surprise earbuds discovery, and I thought I'd share that story with you guys. Of course, if you couldn't care less about that story, I will put timestamps in the video, so feel free to skip to the review part or the comparison part of this video. So here's the story. As I said, I'm on vacation with my family, and my father, bless his heart, is usually plastered to his phone and has a tendency to listen to his videos on loudspeaker. Now, of course, when he's alone in the room, that's not an issue. When there are others in the room, this can get a bit annoying. So I thought I'd get him a pair of earbuds. Now, my father will not be listening to music, so sound quality is not really important. He is, however, on his phone taking calls for a good portion of the day. So I wanted to get him something that offers good call quality. Now, I've tested and reviewed enough of these earbuds to know that this is not exactly an easy engineering feat, with small earbuds and the microphone being that far away from your mouth to pick up your voice clearly and cancel out background noise. So I stayed away from the cheap or no brand name earbuds. Then I was looking at earbuds in the $100 price range, and I figured if I'm paying that much, let's see if I can get him something with active noise cancellation to make his flights a bit more comfortable, to try and reduce that engine noise. Now, he has a Samsung Galaxy phone. I had previously tested the Galaxy Buds Pro, and I actually really was impressed with them. So I thought, let's take a look at the Buds Live. There was a good deal around Prime Day on those. They offered ANC and supposedly good call quality, so I purchased a pair. I knew they will not be as good as the Buds Pro, but still, I had some high expectations for those. So as soon as I got them, I connected them to my father's phone. I put them in his ears, and with excitement in my eyes to show him what technology has come to these days, I told him, "Can you hear the sound of the air conditioner in the background?" He's like, "Yes." And then I looked at him, toggled the ANC on, and asked him, "How about now?" And then he looked at me with that sort of look, saying, "What am I supposed to notice?" I'm like, "Wait, hold on. Again, turn it off. Do you hear the AC in the background?" He's like, "Yes, I do." I turned ANC on. He had that same blank look on his face. And I thought maybe he doesn't understand technology and he cannot tell the difference. I took the earbuds, put them in, ANC on, ANC off, on, off. I could not tell the difference either. I thought I had a faulty unit, so I did some reading, and indeed, many people did complain of the same thing, that ANC seems to not do anything. Now, yes, I do know, and before you launch attacks on me, I am well aware that this has an open design, and with an open design, there's no seal, and with no seal, noise will get in. But nonetheless, these are marketed as having ANC to reduce ambient sounds. And I'm also aware that they are supposed to reduce low frequency sounds, but this is exactly what the sound of that AC was, low frequency sounds. I'm not saying the earbuds are terrible, absolutely not. They do have their merits and they do shine in a lot of areas, and we will see more about that in the remainder of the review. And that's how I landed on the SoundCore Life A2. The marketing mumbo jumbo says that they reduce ambient sounds by 90% and have 6 microphones for really good call quality. Now, I have learned to take marketing lingo with a grain of salt, but nonetheless, I am usually a big fan of Anchor, which is the parent company, so I thought, let's give those a try. They were also priced at almost half price, so the retail price on the Buds Live is about $150. The SoundCore were for about $69. So let's see how they both did. Now that we got that out of the way, and for those who skipped the first part, that gave a bit of context for my review. I will not hold it against you, I'll come back. So let's get to the actual part of the comparison review. So unboxing these with the SoundCore Life A2s, you get the manual, you get different size silicone ear tips and wings, and you get a USB-A to USB-C cable to charge them, and the case with the buds inside. With the Galaxy Buds Live, you get the same USB-A to USB-C charging cable. a pair of ear wingtips, and the case with the buds inside as well. So let's start with the design. And the case on the Buds Live is tiny. It's a bit thick, but it's small. It opens and closes magnetically, and the buds, of course, sit in magnetically as well. And once they're in, they tend to stay in place. There's an LED light over here and another LED light over here. On the back, you get the USB-C port, but the case also supports wireless Qi charging. In comparison, the SoundCore case is a bit larger, so it's thinner but much wider, as you can see. So I would say less portable than the Samsung case. It also opens and closes magnetically, and the buds, of course, sit in magnetically as well. There's no wireless charging on this one, and the USB-C port is on the back. And to be honest, I'm not sure why they hid it behind this annoying little plastic thing, which isn't very easy to open and also a bit annoying when you plug in your USB-C port. Now let's talk about the buds themselves. This is the famous bean shape on the Galaxy Buds Live. It is glossy, so it will be a fingerprint magnet. And they have the open ear design, as you can see, so these will not be shoved into your ear canal, but rather they will sit on your ear. And they're quite small, and I love that about them. They're very lightweight, and they sit very comfortably in your ear, and we'll talk about comfort in a second. And looking at the buds, you can see the air vents and the bass ducts, which help deliver better sound, and again, we'll talk about sound quality in a bit. Now, if you look at the SoundCores, they are, of course, larger, significantly larger. They have the silicone ear tips and the wings, and as you saw, you get multiple sizes of both to find the best fit. On the SoundCore, this is the touch surface, and you get tap and tap and hold. And you can customize these in the app, which gives you only 4 controls. So you got tap, tap and hold on both the left and the right earbud for a total of 4 controls. My problem with that is I usually like to have play and pause, next track, previous track, ANC on off, volume low, volume high. So 6 different controls, and you only get 4 with these, which means you're going to have to forego 2 of those. And even the volume up and down, you configure that. It's going to be tap and hold to increase or decrease volume, which doesn't work well all the time or isn't as responsive as is the case with most of these earbuds. Personally, I would have preferred if there's any gesture control, so you can swipe up or down for volume control, but it's quite rare to find these gesture controls on buds these sizes. On the Buds Live, the touchpad or touch surface isn't clearly marked, so it's over here, but you don't clearly see where it is, which means you're going to have to get used to it or used to finding it. In terms of controls, you get single tap, double tap, triple tap, and tap and hold. The taps are not customizable, so these you cannot change. The single tap is to play pause, the double tap is for next, and the triple tap is for previous. The only thing that is customizable is the touch and hold, which you can either have it to turn on or off ANC, or volume up and down, or the voice assistant. Now, if you look at the app, you can toggle on and off noise cancellation over here. You get an equalizer with predefined presets. You get bass boost, soft, dynamic clear, and treble boost. Unfortunately, there's no manual equalizer. Touch controls, as I said, these are fixed: tap, double tap, or triple tap. The only thing you can change is the touch and hold on the left and right earbuds, where you can change it from active noise cancelling, voice command, or volume down. On the labs, you can toggle on and off relief pressure with ambient sound if you are not using active noise cancellation, which can prevent the feeling of compression. There's Find My Earbuds, which will play sound
through the earbuds if you ever lose them. And then under general, well, that's it. You can reset and then update the software. That's about it. Over here, you see the battery level, of course. And on the SoundCore, you can change the noise cancellation. And here they have 3 different kinds of noise cancellation. So the first one is for transport, and this cuts out low-end frequencies like engine sounds. You got indoor, which helps eliminate voices and mid-frequency noises from coffee shops, and outdoors, which reduces the ambient sound on the go for quieter city spaces. You can also toggle transparency mode from fully transparent to hear all ambient sounds, or vocal mode, which enhances speeches. And of course, you can turn off noise cancellation and transparency. If you scroll down, you can change the equalizer. So here, SoundCore gives you several different presets of equalizers, but also there's a custom equalizer which you can play with whichever way you want. Lastly, touch controls is where you can customize all of the different gestures. So the double tap on the left or the right, and the hold on the left and the right. And this you can change from volume up and down, next, previous, pause, voice assistant, or ambient sound.
Now let's talk about comfort. The Galaxy Buds Live are very, very comfortable because of their size, because they are very lightweight, small, and they sit on your ear rather than in your ear canal. They offer exceptional comfort to the point that after wearing them for a while, they do actually disappear. You don't feel them anymore. They're also flush, so you can actually sleep with these in without a problem. With the SoundCore Life A2s, because they are physically larger, they're slightly heavier as well. You do have the silicone ear tip that goes inside your ear canal. They're not as comfortable. That's not to say that they are not comfortable, because they are. They just don't disappear in your ear after a while. You still feel that there is something there. They also protrude, so sleeping with these is not as comfortable as it is with the Buds Live. I would even say it will be difficult to sleep with these, at least if you are a side sleeper, because they do protrude out of your ear and they're not flush like the Buds Live are. So comfortable, but the Buds Live are that much more comfortable. Now that comfort does come at a price, which brings us to active noise cancellation. As I said earlier, blocking out noise requires 2 things. One is the active noise cancellation circuitry, which is the exterior microphones that are picking up the ambient sound and then working to cancel that sound by creating an inverse wave to cancel it out. Now, ANC works best with low frequency and constant sounds like the sound of a jet engine or an AC unit. And this is why usually earbuds that offer, or headphones that offer noise cancellation, also rely on passive noise isolation, which is physically blocking the noise from coming in. And with headphones, they cover your ears to block the noise, and with the earbuds, they usually have silicone ear tips that you put inside your ear canal to also physically block off some of the noise. These two, the active noise cancellation and the passive noise isolation, work together to try to block out noise. Which brings us back to the Buds Live and their open design, where there is effectively no blocking of noise. So there's no passive noise isolation, which makes the job of the ANC, or the active noise cancellation, very difficult, if not impossible. So it comes as no surprise that the Buds Live don't do well with active noise cancellation. Where I was pleasantly surprised is the SoundCore Life A2. And especially at that price point of about $70, the noise cancellation there was quite impressive. Especially in transport mode, and in my testing, transport mode was the most effective at noise cancellation. It did effectively cut down by about 90% or 85% the sound of the AC humming in the background. Now, I did not have the chance to test these out on a plane, so I don't know how they will perform there, but my gut feeling says they do pretty well, especially for buds at that price point. Now, I would have preferred if they had variable ANC, so it could let us decide how much of the noise to block and how much to let in, rather than the 3 different modes of transport, indoor and outdoor, but that's not a big deal, and I'm happy that at least the transport mode works really well. Now, when it comes to transparency mode, I was less impressed with the SoundCore Life A2. The transparency mode did not sound very natural. Your self-voice when you speak does sound a bit muffled. It does get a bit better if you select vocal mode in transparency mode, but still not very natural sounding. Now, surprisingly, with the Buds Live, while they technically do not have transparency mode per se, because of their open design and the fact that they let in sound, they actually sound much better in transparency mode. They sound natural, and you can actually hold a conversation with the buds in your ear without it sounding very weird. In terms of sound quality, this is where the Buds Live really shine. They have 12mm drivers with sound by AKG, and they perform really well. The air vents and the bass ducts really help them deliver that spacious, full, and vibrant sound. I was very impressed. The SoundCore Life A2s, on the other hand, they are a bit more bass heavy, so if a lot of bass is your thing, then this could be a point in their favor. I personally prefer more balanced sound. And again, it's not that the SoundCore Life A2s don't sound good, because they do. It's just that the Buds Live sound better. Now let's see how well they perform with the call quality tests. So this is what the Galaxy Buds Live sound like in a quiet environment. Let's now switch to the SoundCore Life A2s to see how they sound like in a quiet environment. And this is how the SoundCore Life A2s sound like in a quiet environment. So again, these are the SoundCore Life A2s, and I'm speaking in a quiet environment, and this is what they sound like. Now back to the Galaxy Buds Live, and I will turn on a noisy hairdryer, so you can see how well they are able to cancel out the sound of the hairdryer and how well my voice still comes through. So again, these are the Galaxy Buds Live with a loud hairdryer in the background. Now let's see what the SoundCore Life A2 sound like with the same hairdryer. And these are now the SoundCore Life A2s with the same loud hairdryer in the background, and this is what they sound like. So again, the SoundCore Life A2s with a loud hairdryer in the background. And now for the final test, I've turned on some simulated background noise with the Galaxy Buds Live in my ear. So this is how the Galaxy Buds Live sound like with some simulated background noise in the background. Now let's see how the SoundCore Life A2 sound like. And now these are the SoundCore Life A2s. I have the same background simulated noise running in the background at the same volume, and this is what they sound like. So again, these are the SoundCore Life A2s with a noisy simulated sound running in the background. And now there's a washing machine running in the background. It's not as loud as a hairdryer, but this is what the Galaxy Buds Live sound like, with the sound of a washing machine running in the background. And this is what the Anchor SoundCore Life A2 sound like with the same washing machine running in the background. As you can hear, the volume of my voice is a bit lower and it is more muffled. However, it is clearer than the Galaxy Buds Live and less distracting with the amount of background noise. And here I'm actually far more impressed with the SoundCore Life A2s. The Galaxy Buds Live did okay in quiet environments, although the voice came out a bit unnatural or a bit muffled. The SoundCore Life A2s, on the other hand, they did well in a quiet environment, but they did surprisingly well in a noisy environment as well. The voice also did come out a bit more natural with the SoundCore Life A2s. Now in those tests you might hear that the SoundCore Life A2s, the volume is a bit low. I'm not sure why, but in the real-life tests that I did with phone calls, I did not experience the same issues. I was able to hear the other person quite clearly and quite loud as well. So in conclusion, I can't really say that one is better than the other. I think they serve very different purposes. If you are looking for some ANC, then I would say stay away from the Buds Live because you will be disappointed. The SoundCore Life A2s, on the other hand, especially for their price, performed really well with ANC. If you don't really care about ANC and are looking for the better sound quality, then without hesitation, I would say go for the Buds Live because they offer exceptional sound quality. Same with comfort, especially if you're not a fan of silicone ear tips or putting things inside your ear canal. I think the Buds Live offer unparalleled comfort, so I would recommend these instead. If you do plan on taking a lot of calls, especially if these calls are in noisy environments, then I will have to recommend the SoundCore Life A2s instead. So the best pair is the pair that answers your needs. Let me know in the comments section what you thought of these two, and if you like this video, as always, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, as this encourages me to continue producing content. Until next time, cheers!